In the last tape, we learned about Nyx Aarons, the guardian of Sanctuary, a haven for supernaturals who don't fit in. I helped him save the lives of 2 sirens who were being hunted by vampires. Now we've got them safe and sound in Sanctuary, but the vamps want their prize. Me and Nyx are going to visit the head of the bloodsuckers to negotiate. I'm guessing this is going to be a fight. The sports box. The kind of place where 6 TVs are playing 6 different games. The video poker machines are sucking away people's dreams in the back room, and if you aren't regular, the servers won't even look at you. It was my kind of place. Till the vamps showed up and decided to stink the place up even worse than before. Nyx pulls me through the void again. Has a silvered rapier strapped to his belt and a mahogany stake at his hip. Not messing around, our Nyx. Silver won't kill a vampire, but it'll make him hurt plenty. I unzip my sleeves and wheel a bit of magical charge into my ink. Tim, the vampire formerly known as Cassius, is holding court at the sports box, surrounded by his blood-sucking lackeys and a couple of human sycophants hoping to get inducted into the vamp club one day. Poor bastards. They'll end up in a ditch someday when Tim gets tired of their faces. One of the vamps has given me the evil eye. It's the one I burned last night. This is going to go exactly as I expected.
Valentine, come in.
Hello, Tim.
Valentine, my favorite cockroach. Come to wave your little feelers around?
I hear cockroaches hate the light. Me, I'm okay with the sun on my face. Speaking of faces, your hound looks like he tried to kiss a hot stove.
Braden tells me he ran into you last night. You had the bad manners to throw fire at him. You know, if you check your vampire etiquette book, you'll find that attempted murder is a no-no.
They attacked us with birds.
Birds? Now I see why you came back empty-handed.
Well, they had talons and stuff.
Braden, go fetch a bag of AB negative from the back.
We're all out.
Go get me blood.
Yes, sir.
Family. You understand. Mr. Valentine, you and your crew assaulted my hounds and took my prize in defiance of the Accords. You've come to the wrong place if you're looking for a friendly drink.
It's all a misunderstanding, your Timness. Those sirens are ambassadors from Saskatoon. They've come to negotiate a place in the Accords.
Ambassadors? Two scared young women wandering the warehouse district at night. Forgive me if I have trouble believing your story.
Those sirens are living, breathing souls. I will not allow you to use them as chattel.
The shifter speaks. Nyx Aarons, founder of Sanctuary, caretaker of lost souls. Adorable. You have 24 hours to return what is mine. Otherwise, we will fetch them ourselves, and I promise you, we will take more than 2 wayward sirens.
We're all getting a little hot here. My boy Nyx and me, we'll talk it over and get back to you at, what's the phrase? Oh yeah, our earliest convenience.
One question before you go. Sanctuary is guarded by some very powerful wards. What happens to those wards if we bleed Mr. Aarons out, right here on the table?
That's all the prompting Nyx needs. With a quick, casual gesture, he throws his sword and plants it into the closest vampire's chest. On to phase 2 of negotiations, I guess. The vamp reels back with a fresh puncture in their chest. I strike the Zippo against my arm, calling the old fire back once more. The closest vampire takes a fire blast at full force, reducing them to ash as another slams into my chest. I try to call Anne's wings to my aid, but another one rushes me and pins my arms down. Hells! I try to bring a knee up to their dangly bits. The vampire hisses at me before sinking their fangs into my bloody shoulder. A little bit bloodier now. I scream as I headbutt the bastard. My vision starts to fade as darkness closes in. Arms are pinned. I can't activate my tattoos. This ain't good. Suddenly the vamp's eye explodes with a gleaming silver blade jutting out of it. With a swift move, Nyx pulls his sword and whirls it around, piercing the vampire's heart.
Not a good time to be lying down, Valentine.
I slap the inked wings tattoo, throwing vampires and barstools aside with a crash.
Valentine, you and that shifter just signed your death warrants.
Best time we use that shadow walking trick, Nyx.
I heartily agree.
Valentine, are you alright? What happened?
We tried explaining to Tim that sirens aren't an all-you-can-drink special. He disagreed. Words were thrown, vampires were dusted.
You killed his subjects?
They threatened sanctuary.
We did our best to negotiate. Now we need an exit strategy.
An exit strategy? No, Mr. Valentine. There's no exit for us. This is our home, and it must stand.
Well, you said it's warded and hard to find, right?
Hard to find, yes. Impossible, no. The vampires have tasted siren blood. They can follow that scent to our door, wards or not.
What if we called in the shifters?
I doubt it. They're bound by the Accords. Fighting the vampires here will jeopardize the entire pack. I don't think they'd be willing to risk everything for the sake of 2 sirens.
The Accords are fragile agreements for the division of power. I am not bound by its laws.
Whatever you can spare for us, Goddess. Thank you.
Goddess? Just call me Anne.
This is heartwarming stuff, but most stories of sieges don't end with the underdogs winning. We're still playing against the rules. Fiona, you have a, what do you call it up in Saskatoon, don't you? A queen?
Queen Granule? Yes.
Maybe if you went back and spoke to her directly? I know there are some laws and some baked-in prejudices to get around, but surely she can't ignore 2 of her subjects being hunted down.
I'm not leaving Ciara alone. Even if 100 angry vampires come knocking on our door, we're facing them together. Besides, with all the fish-breathing, yellow-gilled, shallow advisors who have lied their way to the Queen's side, it'll be extremely difficult for you to persuade her of anything.
I don't see another way out of this.
Now, perhaps, if you and Nyx act first, seek an audience, she might hear you out. Here, take this. It's a token engraved with my family's crest. A symbol of our family's favour, and not given lightly. If she still respects our traditions, the Queen will not turn you away.
So I flash this around and it gets me in the door? All access pass?
This isn't some overboard trash. I'm giving you the trust of my entire family. If you lose this, I won't just be singing you into the lake. I'll have no trouble making you run round the city naked, singing that song your human pups sing. How's it go again? I'm a little teapot.
In that case, I guarantee its safe return.
Don't count your shells yet. My token will get you in front of our queen, but the rest is up to you.
Don't you worry. I've got an ace up my sleeve.
She doesn't know what that is.
I've got a shell in my pocket?
Nice try.
Alright then. Me and Nyx are gonna head to Saskatoon and pour a few words into the Queen's ear. Nyx, can you shadow walk us there?
Valentine, may I talk to you for a moment? In private?
Yeah?
If we survive this, I intend to ask Ciara to marry me. I mean, she knows I love her, but it's not official. Do what you must to persuade the Queen, if you think it'll help, but this is delicate matter, and I'm trusting you.
Got it.
Remember, teapot.
Of course. Saskatoon is my home. I know every alleyway and dive bar in the city.
I'm gonna head up to the roof and make sure the Wi-Fi is good. Later, Wobbles!
Valentine, if I didn't know any better, I'd say you were actually standing up for someone.
Any chance to stick it to the vamps, I'm happy to be a pain in their eye teeth.
For such a gifted liar, you have a terrible poker face.
I'm sure Zero Day will be preparing additional defenses, Anne. Whatever you can do to aid, I'm deeply grateful.
Of course. Be careful, you two.
Ready?
Can I say no? Nyx opens another shadow portal. This time through the void I spy Riza's ferret body, and suddenly I really want to throw a bunch of pink bows on her. But I think better of it. We emerge in a Saskatoon alley. From a nearby wall, a mural of a woman with massive inked wings stares down at us. I give the work of art a quick nod and head towards the street. Across the way stands the Odeon. A massive brick building is often used for a good show or two. I remember coming here to see Social Distortion with Katarina back in the day.
What's your plan?
Plan? What are you talking about?
You said you had an ace up your sleeve.
Of course I do. Literally. Don't worry, I'll come up with something.
Unbelievable.
A beautiful woman with ink-covered arms and radiant green eyes approaches us. Her voice has a soft, hypnotic lilt. We've found our sirens.
Welcome to the Odeon. May I take your coat?
Sorry, love, it's a very particular coat. Gets right angry if I leave it with strangers.
Oh, what a shame. You can trust me, can't you?
We're here to speak with the Queen.
And you are?
I'm Nyx Aarons, leader of Sanctuary and former 8th Street shifter. This is Finn Valentine. Human.
Mostly.
I'm sorry, the Queen does not have time to meet right now.
I believe this token is good for a reservation at least.
I will let Her Highness know you are here. Please have a seat at the bar while you wait.
Me and Nyx head inside. The Odeon Club is a bit different when it's not playing a California punk show. A few servers are inside tending bar and adding up receipts. One's on stage playing a piano. I'll take a seat at one of the bar stools. Shift a stout, please.
Alcohol? Right now?
Mate, I don't know about you, but the coat check girl had my senses scrambled. A pint may help me protect against the Queen's charms.
This is a bad idea.
It's our only idea, mate.
It's dreamy weather we're on. You waved your crooked wand. A lost alley, a forgotten coffee shop with an ink-stained goddess. A murder of memories, ferrets and wolves I saw, and the tears on my face, and lost tattoos on my arm. They spell Katarina.
They really know how to twist the knife around here.
What are you talking about?
That song. It's about me and my ex. Nyx, how did they even know?
Mr. Valentine, I don't know what you think you're hearing right now, but I advise that you stop listening immediately.
But
Trust me, Mr. Valentine, you don't want to know what I'm here.
The Queen will see you now.
guess we're going in with our pockets turned out, eh?
Let's hope there's a hidden pocket in that coat of yours. For Sanctuary's sake.
Goddess Anne, how are you holding up?
Isn't that obvious?
I have seen you draw orbs and shape people's fates, and you weren't even out of breath. Now, you look almost as pale as me. Perhaps you should catch your breath.
Without my shop to fuel me, I'm working with only my own energy. Don't worry. These little ones running around are helping. See those chalk lines? Little surprises await those that threaten Sanctuary.
I see some hopscotch. Do you know if 0 Day reached the shifters?
I'm sorry, GD. I don't.
That is unfortunate. Without additional aid, it is going to be problematic when the vampires come in force.
I will hold Sanctuary as best I can.
Your resolution is admirable. Defending this place would be much harder without you. I'm glad you're here. It can be your turn to babysit Valentine when he gets back. In the meantime, is there anything I might do to assist?
Maybe you can find me a can of murder buzz somewhere?
It would be my pleasure. I'll just ask for a volunteer. So, little ones, who wants to ride on my shoulders? I need a tour of the kitchen. Very well. You look like a sturdy one. Up you go.
Kitchen's that way. You smell funny.
Hey, Scrubbly. Nice passenger.
Hi, Zero.
Hey.
0 Day. I'm looking for some murder buzz. From what I can see, Anne could use a pick-me-up.
I've got a mini fridge full of this stuff. Help yourself.
Murder berry breeze?
That's one of my favorites.
Oh my. At moments like these, I'm glad I no longer have taste buds.
Hey, GD. Catch.
What are you doing? My, don't do that again.
Rewind traps. Borrowed a bag of marbles from the kids and charged them with a localized tachyon field. Throw them at a vamp or trip them up, and it'll rewind them a couple of seconds. It has the bonus effect of totally scrambling their brains.
It's effective.
I came up with them as a party game for pixies.
0 Day, take this little one, please, and get this to Anne. I will see who's outside.
On it. Come on, kiddo. Let's go hydrate a goddess.
Nick, are you in there?
Miss Rita Whiteflash, did you bring friends?
Of course I did. My combat shotgun, a box of ammo, and this really big wrench.
I was hoping for more bodies, but we're grateful for your help. Though I am a little surprised to see you breaking the accords.
Stuff the accords. I ain't here as a hound or shifter. I owe Nyx. He helped me once when I had nowhere else to turn. As far as Flack knows, I'm on my way to the Distillers show in Calgary. Grab that box of ammo and help me out, would ya?
Let's hurry. The sun is nearly down and the vampires will be sniffing us out soon.
The Siren leads me and Nyx through a set of black double doors into a room with a giant pool. Male Sirens stand at the edges, looking like Hopped Topic got the better of them somewhere in the 90s. The Queen is seated in a raised chair at the end of the room. She's taller than I expected, with aquamarine skin and deep green hair like fresh kelp. Her solid black eyes pass over us. I get the distinct impression we've been weighed and measured.
Queen Graniel will see you now.
Just let me do the talking.
Absolutely not.
Welcome to the Odeon.
patron building of the Sirens.
Queen, I am Nyx Aarons.
Of course you are. And this one is a human. Do you know how long it's been since I allowed a human into my throne room?
Queen,
The answer is never. I have never let a human enter this room. But I rarely get visitors these days.
I am asking...
Yes, I know who you are, Mr. Aarons, and I trust you are here to assist in the return of my runaway subjects. Otherwise, this visit is a waste of my time and yours.
Queen, they want to be married.
Oh, to whom?
Each other.
Ah, I see now. They're listening to the songs of their hearts instead of following their duties. Well, they are young. My heart goes out to them. Thank you for coming here. There are few among us who would do so much for strangers. I see why my subjects turn to you for help. Now, return them to me.
Return them, but...
But what? What kind of life could they have in the Queen's City? I imagine your pack of vampires is already on their trail.
If we don't act, Fiona and Ciara may not last the night.
All the more reason to bring them back. We are not part of your accords. With no authority, I would be forced to supplicate myself in front of your city hall goblins. They would delay and debate for weeks. I would be lucky to see my subjects alive.
What if you were, though? Part of the Accords.
Part of your... Mr. Aarons, I understand now what your human's doing here. He's your court jester.
Your Highness, don't tell me it hasn't occurred to you. The Queen City is swimming in ley lines. Think of that extra magical juice. The waters may not smell as good as Saskatoon's, but imagine the influence you could wield. Plus, you can stick it to Tim and his bloodsuckers.
Petty revenge on vampires. Revenge is beneath me, but it sounds appealing. Unfortunately, we need a home there, a patron to endorse our place in the Accords.
Wait! The conservatory on College Avenue. I've helped out the spirit of the building over the years. A few hauntings, a spider god, stuff like that. Last year there was this little ghost, see, kept practicing scales on the violin, all day, all night. Just about drove everyone mad. Somehow it was even worse than the spider god.
Then we have a potential patron and 2 sirens who could serve as my ambassadors. Maybe we can work with this.
My queen, are you willing to take such a risk for the sake of 2 selfish runaways?
If this works, the reward will be well worth the risk. Mr. Aarons, Mr. Valentine, let us visit your city. Owen, prepare a vehicle.
No need, Your Highness. We can shadow walk there in an instant.
Nyx, what's going on with your shadow walk, Mojo?
The portal will not connect. The wards are failing. Sanctuary is under attack.
You have been listening to the Graveyard Tapes, Part 2 of Sanctuary. Written by Dustin Gray and Aidan Morgan. Edited by James Nichols, Angela Dumalag, and Nikki Ewart. Produced by Miguel Diaz III. With the voices of Chase Hunter as Valentine, Rue Dickey as Nyx Aarons, Aidan Morgan as Tim the Vampire, James Nichols as Braden and the Great Dead Detective, Maxine Bauman as Fiona, Fenway Jones as Anne the Inked Goddess, Rick the Whitebird as the Siren Queen, Miguel Diaz III as Ewan, with additional voices from Pam Torgrimson and the kids of Sanctuary.